A fellow business owner, Matt Vosburgh, published an article last week about self-doubt and running your business. And it really struck a nerve with me because I think self-doubt is actually a good thing. Healthy self-doubt is something that can be a real motivator. I think the day that we all find out that we believe that we're perfect and we have no doubts is probably a day we're going to start going downhill. But I wanted to answer one of the things that he pointed out, and it's about me doubting myself and the things that I can do to get past that. I think any business owner knows, you've got your highs and your lows, and then you've got your panics, and then you've got your, hey, this is going well. And that can be all in a day's set of events based on what's going on. Years ago, I worked for IBM, and I remember going through a class with a really wise instructor, and he told us, whenever you're doing something, don't share what you're doing with people that can't really give us advice that's valuable. So for example, if I'm self-employed and I'm talking to people who have only ever worked for other people or have only had corporate jobs, then they're probably not the best people to be getting advice with, because the idea of living from sale to sale and living off of your own wits and providing your income that way, to them is really unnerving. And they're much more likely to say, hey, why don't you call it quits faster than anybody else might. I know that for me, this is going back about a year and a half. I had a really rough year. I had lost one of my team members, and that forced me into operations again. I didn't have enough time to do the marketing, to do the sales the way I knew I needed to. And my sales dipped, seriously. And I remember starting the year off going, maybe it's time for me to hang this up and, start my own business. And I started talking to people only who could help me. I had a friend of mine who used to, who is in the human resource space, and he had just changed jobs. So he had gone through a job hunt. And so I spoke to him about, my dilemma. What do you think I should do? Asked him, which recruiters he might recommend. I didn't talk to people who were going to work and increase my self-doubt, because that was just going to get me, more concern, more worries. And believe me, I did not need more of that. Now, what I did do is I went heads down doing what I knew I needed to do, which is focus on sales, focus on the marketing, get my team to replace my operational roles so that we could, kick things back in, and we recovered nicely. But that self-doubt was coming up and just right in my face. So, one thing I want to point out is, hey, I've been in business for 6+ years. I have those self-doubts. I second guess myself. I worry probably way too much. That's, I want to say par for the course. Think about what it is that you have, and then what are the steps you can take. Do you start talking to other business owners and bounce your self-doubt issues against those? Become very open to sharing your insecurities with other people. A lot of us, as we're marketing ourselves, we have to put that strong front. We're in control. We have no self-doubts. And, that might not be a bad way to go to market, but realistically, we have to relate to other people who are in similar situations and find out, okay, are you feeling the same thing? And I'll tell you, they probably do. And then what are the things that those people, other business owners, do to get past that problem?